list. That would be Luke Applegate from Manchester and also Manchester. And then on the Whiteoak side, Abe Flater making the all-conference list along with Isaiah Clift. And we are ready for our first batter as, again, Traven Hildebrand is on the mound. And Traven has pitched in 5 games. He's pitched a total of 26 innings. He's 1-0 on the season. First pitch called ball 1 as, again, Christian Height, your leadoff batter. Second pitch called strike 1. Traven Hildebrand has thrown 37 strikeouts this season, and this is going to be a pop-up. It's going to be, I think, an infield pop-up. They're having trouble tracking it, and back to get it is the third baseman, Kenton Butt. Did he make the catch? Yeah. All right. That was tough to see. Or are they going to say, or did he miss it and it was in foul territory? That's what happened. Okay. So that'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. As they were having, Kenton Butt having trouble tracking the baseball, and then I was having trouble tracking it as well myself. And now a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Height will end up going down swinging for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Abe Flater. Hildebrand comes into this game with a 1.385 whip. He has a 4.308 ERA. First pitch for Flater, outside, ball 1. Flater coming into this game with 57 at-bats. He has 18 total hits. This one low for ball 2. Abe Flater has a .316 batting average coming into this game. That one low as well. Makes the count 3 balls, no strikes. Flater has scored 17 runs. He's hit 2 doubles and 1 triple. And that one does find the strike zone. Makes the count 3-1. Flater's hit 7 RBIs this season. He has a .466 on-base percentage. And that'll be strike number 2 as Flater now facing a full count. Hildebrand trying to get his second strikeout. It's going to be a hit that's going to make it past Hildebrand, and the shortstop will bobble it. That one a little squirrely out there, and that's going to be good for a single. Interestingly enough, I spoke to Abe Flater earlier today at the Little State Steam event at the Brown County Fairgrounds, and Flater said that's his favorite thing to do, is to ground one infield and just outrun the throw. And that's exactly what he did right there. With a ground ball to shortstop, Flater gets a single. That'll bring up Lucas Pollard, who was also at the Little State Steam event today and was one of our assistants, helped us do our broadcast along with several other people. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But big help out of all those folks involved. Kara Julerat and Danielle Sawyers were our assistants, and then our adult assistants, and then we had 3 student assistants, Evan Richmond, Sawyer Blair, and Lucas Pollard, who, of course, are Whiteoak students. They were all a huge help today. First pitch for Pollard called ball 1. This one will be low and away. No, that will find the strike zone. That'll make it a 1-1 count. By the way, our umpires are Kevin Pickrell, Rick Merb, and Eddie Deemer. A little breezy here this evening at Manchester High School, a little cool as well, but the sun is shining. Beautiful evening for baseball. I would wear a jacket, though, if you're coming to the game. This one will make it past Landon Doyle, who's catching, and that will allow Flater to move over to second. That'll make the count 2 balls, 1 strike for Lucas Pollard. 1 out. Abe Flater in scoring position on second base. Hildebrand checks the runner. Now the pitch. Low and away, ball 3. Pollard steps back in. By the way, Pollard coming into this game with 58 at-bats. He'll get the walk as that pitch is high. I'll give you more of Pollard's stats next time he comes around at bat. Jonah Michael, the third baseman, now at bat for the Wildcats with 2 runners on. Michael has 64 at-bats this season. He's a left-handed batter. First pitch outside. Here goes the steal, and it's good. Abe Flater sliding into third. He's safe. So a stolen base for Flater. Michael's first pitch, by the way, was called ball 1. Michael has 16 hits coming into this game. That's good for a .250 batting average. And now moving over to second is going to be Lucas Pollard. So 2 runners in scoring position. Now the pitch is in for strike 1. 1-1 the count for Jonah Michael. Make it 2-1 the count. This and every game this season brought to you in part by Peebles Monument Company, because sharing the life story of a loved one is not just important today, it's important forever. By the way, Peebles Monument Company also took part in the Little State Steam event at Brown County Fairgrounds today. You want to see more from the Little State Steam event, you can check it out on our Facebook page for Good Guys Radio TV, as well as C103 Country. YouTube channel, you'll find it there as well. And at goodguysradiotv.com. By the way, Matt Hildebrand is our engineer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Michael goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Matt Hildebrand is our engineer or producer here at the field for this game on Good Guys Radio TV. Sarah Rigdon is our producer back in the studio at C103. Jacob Kiley will come to bat. He's DHing for the Wildcats. First pitch for Kiley called strike 1. Kiley comes into this game with 56 at-bats, 12 hits. That's a .214 batting average. High and away, ball 1. Kiley has scored 5 runs. He's hit 6 doubles and 9 RBIs. Inside, ball 2. Kiley has a .333 batting average. Here comes the pitch on the 2-1 count, and it's a line drive to first. And snagging that is Carson Inman. So Kiley will line out to first for the third out of the inning. And that will strand 2 runners for the Whiteoak Wildcats. No score as we move to the bottom of the first. The Manchester Greyhounds come to bat right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971, fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leadoff batter for Manchester will be Traven Hildebrand. The pitcher, Isaiah Clift on the mound for the Whiteoak Wildcats. First pitch for Hildebrand called strike 1. Isaiah Clift, by the way, has pitched 6 games, a total of 41 innings. He's 4-2 on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Clift has thrown 67 strikeouts. He has a .829 whip and a .341 ERA. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Traven Hildebrand, the leadoff batter, will go down swinging for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Luke Applegate, the shortstop. Thanks to First State Bank for making this broadcast possible. Learn more about First State Bank at your local branch in Southern Ohio or Northern Kentucky, or visit them online at fsbforme.com. Applegate gets a piece of it. Foul tip into the backstop for strike 1.
Right at me.
Matt, running the camera, had that one come right at him, and there's another one right into the does it make you flinch, Matt?
A bit.
Yeah, just a little. That's what I thought. Yeah, it does the same thing when it comes right at me. Even though there's a fence there to stop it, it makes you flinch. 1-1 to count, by the way. Make it 2-1 because that's a swing and a miss for Applegate. Christian Hite catching, Jude Michael first base, Abe Flater second base, Jonah Michael third, Lucas Pollard at shortstop. This is going to be cranked out toward center field, right center field, and the right fielder is actually going to come over and play it. And Applegate is going to stop at first base, probably a smart move there as the throw was coming to second. So Luke Applegate on a line drive that went over top of the second baseman and out into right center field, but again played by the right fielder, is good for a single. That'll bring up Clayton Colvin. Colvin, a left-handed batter. Colvin playing center field today for the Greyhounds, has 46 at-bats. He has 17 hits. That's a .370 batting average. Clift tries the pick off at first. No problem there for Applegate. Applegate will step off again. Now the pitch. Outside. Ball 1 for Clayton Colvin. Colvin has scored 19 runs this season. He's hit 2 doubles and 3 triples. Another pickoff attempt. No good. Colvin has hit a whopping 24 RBIs this season. And Clift will try it again. He's keeping a real close eye on Applegate. Clayton Colvin has a .492 on-base percentage. And this one will pop out of the glove of Hite, and that'll allow Applegate to move over to second. Pitch was called ball 2. So Manchester now with, I take that back, make it a 1-1 count. Manchester with a runner in scoring position. Applegate on second. 1-1 the count. And this is going to be a line drive that goes past the shortstop, goes out in the left field. That may bring a run home. They're going to try it. And coming home is Applegate. And that, of course, will allow Colvin to go to second. So we'll go ahead and credit him with a double. He probably could have got that double either way. So a line drive into shallow left field gets Colvin a double and an RBI, and the Greyhounds scoring early here in the bottom of the first. Up to bat, Carson Inman, also batting left-handed. Swing and a miss. Pitch 1 for Inman. So Manchester with a runner on second. That's Clayton Colvin. Applegate already coming home to score the first run for the Greyhounds. And a grounder that's going to go to second. They'll make the play at first. No problem for out number 2. And Applegate's going to have to hold at third. So Inman will ground out to second for the second out of the inning, and that brings up Parker Hayslip. Parker Hayslip playing second base today for the Greyhounds. By the way, this coverage presented by Maysville Community and Technical College. College for your world. Learn more and apply online at maysville.kctcs.edu. That's Maysville Community and Technical College. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 1 for Hayslip. This one just outside for, I think that's ball 1. It might be ball 2. I'll have to check that count in just a moment. That'll be a foul over the backstop for strike 2.
You got it, Parker. You got it.
1-2 the count for Parker Hayslip. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hayslip will go down swinging for the third out of the inning. That means the Greyhounds will strand 1, but they score 1 to take the early lead in the bottom of the first. We move to the top of the second with the Whiteoak Wildcats coming to bat, trailing 1-0. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Summer's almost here, and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia, or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit SouthernHillsCommunityBank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leadoff batter here in the top of the second for Whiteoak is going to be Caden Butler. Caden with a 1-1 count. Fouls that one into the backstop to make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Butler, the center fielder for the Wildcats, coming into this game with 49 at-bats. He has 9 hits on the season. Low and away, ball 2. Butler with a 184 batting average. He has scored 8 runs this season. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Butler goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. And jumping all over the first pitch is Carson Airy. It'll end up in foul territory. Fouled that one down the first base line.
It's still Butler.
Oh, it's still Butler.
3-2.
Oh, that I was ahead in the strike. So 3-2 the count. I had counted a strike that was a ball, or 2-2 maybe. All right, well, he ends up getting the walk. All right. Apologize for that, folks. Butler will now be the runner on first, and Carson Airy will come to bat. Airy, the right fielder, left-handed batter. Another one of our season sponsors, Southern Hills Community Bank. With locations throughout the Shack, wants to wish our student athletes the best of luck. Southern Hills Community Bank, proud sponsor of Shack coverage on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. First pitch was called ball 1. Second pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. So 1-1 the count for Carson Airy. Hildebrand on the mound today for the Greyhounds. This one will be inside. It'll make it past Doyle, and a pass ball will allow the runner, Butler, to move over to second. That makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike for Airy. Airy with 49 at-bats this season. He has 8 hits. That gives him a 163 batting average. Oh, that one looked good, and it was good, as Airy watched it go by for strike 2. Airy has scored 12 runs this season. He's hit 1 double and 3 RBIs. And he's going to ground this one into foul territory. Count will remain 2-2. Carson Airy has a .369 on base percentage. Hildebrand checks the runner, now the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Airy will be the first out of the inning. And that is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Traven Hildebrand. Gabe Michael will now come to bat for the Wildcats, the left fielder. Cats with a runner on second and 1 out. First pitch called strike 1. Michael coming into this game with 42 at-bats, and another swing and a miss, strike 2. Michael with 5 hits this season. That's a 119 average. He scored 9 runs, has hit 2 doubles and 6 RBIs, swing and a miss, strike 3. Now they drop it, but they'll get him at first. So Michael will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Isaiah Clift, the pitcher for the Cats. Caden Butler has moved over to third in scoring position. First pitch for Clift, called strike 1. We'd like to thank John Wood Insurance, with locations in Georgetown, West Union, Peebles, and Owensville, for being one of our season sponsors. They are proud sponsors of Shack Baseball on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. By the way, Clift fouled one over the backstop. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner on. High, ball 2. No, sorry, ball 1. 1-2 the count for Isaiah Clift. Clift coming into this game with 61 at-bats. Thought about that one. And they're going to see if he came around. I don't think he did. He did not. All right, so that'll even the count 2-2. Clift with 14 hits and a .230 batting average. He'll ground this one toward first, and Carson Inman able to make the scoop and the tag, and Clift will ground out to first for the third out of the inning. And the Wildcats will strand one. Still no score for the Cats. The Greyhounds coming to bat with a 1-0 lead as we move to the bottom of the second, right here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Magulac commitment every single day.
Game show, part of that will be me selecting a player of the game, brought to you by Snappy Tomato Pizza in Seaman, West Union, and Maysville. That's Snappy Tomato Pizza. If you have not downloaded the free Snappy app, I recommend you do so. That is the easiest way to order Snappy Tomato Pizza from your local Snappies. Also, there's often some special deals through the app. All right, leadoff batter is going to be Braylon Rickett for the Manchester Greyhounds here in the bottom of the second. Greyhounds lead at 1-0. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one for Braylon Rickett. Isaiah Clift on the mound, Christian Height catching for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Swing and a miss, strike two. Jude Michael at first, Abe Flater second, Jonah Michael. Two. Gabe Michaels in left field, Carson Airy in right field, and Cade Butler straight away in center. Swing and a miss, strike three. Braylon Rickett goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. That brings up Kenton Butt.
Number 12.
Butt coming to bat with 44 at-bats this season, 5 hits. That's a 114 batting average. He's going to jump on the first pitch. He'll ground it to Flater. Flater makes the throw, and that'll be out number 2 as Butt will ground out to second for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up James Hackathorn. Hackathorn DHing in place of Bentley Colvin. Hackathorn with 36 at-bats this season. First pitch low, ball 1. Hackathorn has 8 hits for a .222 batting average. High and away, ball 2. Hackathorn has scored 3 runs. He's hit 9 RBIs. He has a .317 on base percentage. Watches that one go by. And that one will also, Hackathorn will watch that one go by. I'm not sure that other one was a strike. So that's either strike 1 or 2. It was a ball. Okay. So it is now a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes the count for Hackathorn. The payoff, and it'll get him as Hackathorn will watch it go by. 3 up, 3 down that time as Hackathorn gets caught looking for the 3rd out of the inning. We move to the top of the 3rd with the Greyhounds leading 1-0 when we come back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS. Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance. In Georgetown at 937-378-4124. In Owensville at 513-732-2600. In West Union at 937-544-5505. Or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Height, your leadoff batter for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Here in the top of the 3rd, first 2 pitches have been called strikes. He'll get a hold of this one, though, and it'll go out into center field. A line drive that'll take a couple of hops before the center fielder, Clayton Colvin, can get there to field it. And that's going to be good for a single. So a line drive to shallow center field gets Height a single. Abe Flater will now come to bat. Flater already has a hit in this game, shows the bunt. Has to back out of it. It'll end up being called ball 1. Flater grounded one to short. His first time at bat, was able to outrun the throw to get a single. Shows the bunt again, but also backs out. Now going for the steal, sliding into second. That'll be Christian Height. He's safe, gets a steal. And actually that last one was called a strike. So a 1-1 count now for Abe Flater. And this one will be low and away, ball 2. Traven Hildebrand on the mound. Landon Doyle catching for the Greyhounds. Carson Emden playing first base. Parker Hayslip second. Kenton Butt third. Luke Applegate at shortstop. Outside ball 3. Bentley Colvin is in left field. Braylon Rick at right field. And Clayton Colvin straight away in center. Hildebrand checks the runner on second in scoring position. Now the pitch. Low and away, ball 4. Second walk of the game given up by Hildebrand. Up to bat now is going to be Lucas Pollard. Pollard walked his first time at bat. He's had 59 at-bats this season, has a total of 13 hits. That gives him a .224 batting average. First pitch, I believe, was called ball one. Oh, it was a foul tip. He got a piece of it, so that'll be called a strike. Flater, the runner on first. Height, the runner on second. And this is going to be a fly ball. Where's it going to go? Looks like the shortstop's going to be back to get it. And the catch being made by Luke Applegate as Pollard will fly out to short for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jonah Michael. Michael struck out his first time at bat for the second out in the first inning. Jumps on the first pitch. He'll ground it to the second baseman. The throw at first is good. Nice scoop there by Hayslip and the throw to Inman. But that does allow the runners to move over. And now the Whiteoak Wildcats have two runners in scoring position as Michael grounds out to second for the second out of the inning. So Christian Height, the runner on third, and Abe Flater, the runner on second, both in scoring position. Wildcats trail it, and a foul tip on the first pitch for Jacob Kiley will end up as strike one. Kiley DHing for Jude Michael. Tomorrow night, I'll be back here at Manchester as they will host Fairfield. Again, these games for both of these teams tonight and tomorrow night are extremely important as Whiteoak and Manchester both tied for first place in Division II. And Peebles, which is who Whiteoak will play tomorrow night, is in second place, one game out of a tie with these two teams. 1-1 the count for Kiley. And this one is going to be a fly ball over top of the first baseman. That brings a run in. Here comes the tag at home for the second runner, and they get him. But one run will score. So Kiley will end up getting a hit there with an RBI, and they'll make the play at home. Fly ball shallow right field gets him that RBI. And again, that would have been a single, or was good for a single. But the throw at home, they're able to get Flater, but one run does score. We're tied at one apiece as we move to the bottom of the third. The Greyhounds come to bat right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni. Snappy Delivery.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Doyle will lead off here in the bottom of the third. For the Manchester Greyhounds, first pitch, a swing and a miss, strike one. This game being brought to you in part by ABCAP, Ohio Means Jobs. ABCAP, working to help Adams and Brown County families, be more self-sufficient. And this is going to be a grounder right past the pitcher. The second baseman over to make the play, and the throw at first is no good. Able to outrun that throw is Landon Doyle on a slow roller to second. So an infield single for Landon Doyle, and that'll bring up Traven Hildebrand. Learn more about Ohio Means Jobs at omjadamsbrown.org. Another one of our season sponsors. Also a shout out to Sean Willie and Willie & Son Trucking. Get your diesel motor running and roll on with Willie & Son Trucking. And I believe that was a foul tip into the backstop. Strike one. A lot of activity happening out there between Clift and Michael as they keep trying to pick off Doyle. Clift, a left-handed pitcher. That means he's staring right at first base, and you'll often see a left-handed pitcher attempt pickoffs at first over and over again as they make another attempt. 0-1 count for Hildebrand, who has 46 at-bats now. Showed the bunt that time, but it did not attempt it. Pitch was outside for a ball. Hildebrand has 12 hits for a .267 batting average. Scored 18 runs, has hit 2 doubles, and has a .431 on base percentage. Another pickoff attempt. Thanks to Bertram Pharmacies for sponsoring this broadcast. Stop by any of their 3 locations. Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, Bristow Pharmacy. And we are going to have a bunt. And can he outrun it? He does. So Hildebrand able to reach off of a bunt back to the pitcher. That was, again, a really short bunt. Clift able to get there before height. Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley and Sardinia Pharmacy rounding out the family of Bertram Pharmacies. Again, Hildebrand with a bunt gets a single. Or reaches, I should say. Applegate now at bat. Applegate will jump on the first pitch. It'll go out to second, and it makes it between it, finds the gap. And that's going to allow a run to come home as Landon Doyle will score. Applegate gets an RBI out of a line, we'll call that a line drive that shot the gap between second and short and made it into shallow center field. Again, it was good for a single and an RBI. Now at bat's going to be Clayton Colvin. First pitch for Colvin called strike one. Colvin already has a hit in this game. It was a double his last time at bat with an RBI. 2-1 the score now, with the Greyhounds leading the Wildcats. Swing and a miss, strike two. Isaiah Clift has given up 3 hits in a row. Still looking for his first out in the bottom of the third. 1 run already home. Foul tip. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes for Clayton Colvin. By the way, that single by Luke Applegate, your last batter, was his second hit of the game, so he's 2 for 2. Colvin would like to also be 2 for 2. That one will find the strike zone for strike number 3 as Colvin watches it go by. Gets caught looking for the first out of the inning. That brings up Carson Inman. Inman, the first baseman for the Greyhounds. Has 51 at-bats now. Came into this game with 50, 14 hits. First pitch outside, ball 1. Inman with a 280 average. He has a 315 on-base percentage. Inman grounded out to second. His first time at bat for the second out in the first inning. And this one's going to be a ground ball that makes it past the second baseman. That brings Hildebrand home. And also coming home is going to be Luke Applegate. So 2 RBIs out of a ground ball that goes all the way out into shallow center field. Good for a single and 2 RBIs. That'll give the Greyhounds a 3-run lead, 4-1 the score. With 1 out and Hayslip coming to bat. He attempts the bunt. It'll end up foul into the backstop for strike 1. Hayslip struck out his first time at bat for the 3rd out in the first inning. Begin your pathway to completion today with Southern State Community College. We'll come back to that. This is a fly ball out to center field, and it will be caught. Nice job there by Caden Butler. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is Caden Butler out there in center field making the catch. So Hayslip flies out to center for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Braylon Rickett. First pitch for Rickett. It's going to be low. Ball 1. Rickett struck out his first time at bat for the first out in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Again, begin your pathway to completion with Southern State Community College at sscc.edu. Thanks to Southern State Community College. They are another one of our season sponsors. And able to get a steal. Nope, they got him. Trying to move over to second on the pitch was Carson Inman. And they get him at second for the 3rd out of the inning. And we will move to the top of the 4th with the Wildcats coming to bat, trailing by 3, 4-1 the score. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball.
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football.
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
To Shack volleyball.
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
Local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971, fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing in the pastures and baling hay.
Gentlemen, Caden Butler, your leadoff batter for the Cats here in the top of the 4th. First pitch was called ball 1. Second pitch will be called strike 1. So a 1-1 count for Butler, the center fielder. He'll jump on the third pitch. He'll ground it to second, and the throw at first is good. Good play there by Hayslip with the throw to Inman. As Butler grounds out to second for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Carson Airy. Airy struck out his first time at bat, went down swinging for the first out in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike one for Carson Airy. Wildcats trail it by 3, 4-1 the score. Greyhounds scoring 3 runs in that last at bat. This pitch called ball 1. Airy with a 163 batting average. Low and inside, ball 2. Airy has a 369 on base percentage. Before the game, we start off with Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, your financial advisor with Edward Jones Investments in Maysville. Listen in early and let Ron help you plan early for your future. Fly ball by Carson Airy will be out number 2. Infield fly right to the shortstop. That brings up Gabe Michael with 2 up, 2 down. Michael shows the bunt, and he will bunt it back to Hildebrand. Can he outrun it? He cannot. So Hildebrand charging in to make the play and the throw to Inman, and that'll do it for the top of the 4th for the Cats. We move to the bottom of the 4th with the Greyhounds at bat, leading it 4-1. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
Fair goes to third, and he is able to outrun it. So a slow roller by Rickett down the third base line that stayed fair will be good for a single. And that'll bring up Kenton Butt. That would be the 6th hit of the game given up by Clift. He's also struck out 5 batters. Hasn't walked anybody yet. But the third baseman has a 114 batting average, 220 on base percentage. Grounded out to second his last time at bat for the second out in the second inning. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Hackathorn is the batter on deck for the Greyhounds. And Butt's going to punch this one out into center field, and coming over trying to make the play, the right fielder, and what a nice attempt at it. Could not get a glove on it, or could not get it to stay in his glove, I should say. He was able to get a glove, bounced out of his glove, but that's Carson Airy, the right fielder, that came over to try and make the play on that. And it's going to be good for a single as Airy diving for it. A low flying ball into right center field, played by the right fielders, good for a single. 2 hits in a row for the Greyhounds. And now showing the bunt, it'll end up in foul territory. That's James Hackathorn at bat. That'll end up as strike 1. 2 runners on for the Greyhounds. Rickett, the runner on second. Butt, the runner on first. Hackathorn at bat. Greyhounds lead it 4-1. Your local auto expert, Bowling Automotive, is proud to bring you Shack Baseball here on C103. They try to make the pick off at second, and they get him. So Rickett will end up as the first out of the inning. Hackathorn fouls that one into the backstop for strike 2. Get ready for the summer driving season with a visit to Bowling Automotive in Sardinia. Outside. Ball 1 for James Hackathorn. Greyhounds still have Kenton Butt out there on first, but Rickett ended up being thrown out at second. Outside ball 2, evens the count, 2-2. With 1 out, 1 on. And the Greyhounds leading by 3, 4-1 your score. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hackathorn will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. We'll get inside the game with the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show right after our final out, presented by ACRMC Family Medicine. ACRMC Family Medicine. New location getting ready to open up in Mount Orb. Of course, they have a Mount Orb location. They're going to be opening up a brand new facility there. Also one opening up in Fayetteville. At bat now is going to be Landon Doyle. Doyle already with a single in this game. Count currently 2 balls, 1 strike for Doyle. Doyle hit a grounder to second base for a single, his first time at bat. Now they try to pick off Butt at first. Can't get him. Doyle steps back in with a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. That'll even it up at 2-2. Thanks again to another one of our season sponsors, Baxla Tractor Sales. Baxla Tractor with locations in Seaman and Batavia. Baxla Tractor is your local dealer for Kubota, Land Pride, Exmark, Kawasaki, and a whole bunch more. Love those Kawasaki side-by-sides. I've got one myself. And a grounder to short. Where will they go with the play? They'll go to first. And that will do it as Doyle will ground out to short for the third out of the inning. And the Greyhounds will strand 1. They lead it 4-1 as we move to the top of the 5th with the Whiteoak Wildcats coming to bat, trailing by 3. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit southernhillscommunitybank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
I want to give a great big thank you to everybody involved with the Little State Steam event today at Brown County Fairgrounds. Becky Cropper and a whole bunch of people make that event happen. And a special thank you to Kara Julerat and Danielle Sawyers, who were our adult helpers today for our broadcast with Good Guys Radio TV. And then we had 3 student helpers, Evan Richmond, Sawyer Blair, and Lucas Pollard, all Whiteoak students and athletes who were quite a lot of help. Leadoff batter Isaiah Clift for the Whiteoak Wildcats with a 1-1 count. Jumps on the 3rd pitch. It'll be a fly ball into foul territory, but, well, Kenton Butt, to be exact, is able to make the play. Makes the catch in foul territory. So Clift will be the first out of the inning off of a fly ball catch by Kenton Butt. That'll bring up Christian Height. First pitch for Christian Height, called ball 1. Height struck out his first time at bat for the first out in the first inning. Got a hit his last time at bat. It was a line drive to shallow center field. It was good for a single. And watches that one go by for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And he grounds this one to third. Kenton Butt with the scoop, and the throw to first is not very good, and that will allow Height to reach. So we will score that as an E5, as the throw by Kenton Butt was a little bit wide. Carson Inman could not keep a foot on the bag and get the catch. So now with the runner on first, Abe Flater will come to bat for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Flater has a hit in this game. It was his first time at bat with a single. It was a ground ball to short. He also had a stolen base that play. Walked his second time at bat, but then they threw him out at trying to come home for the third out in the 3rd inning. 1-0 the count for Flater. Inside for ball 2. And moving over to second will be Christian Height. Flater steps back in. Hildebrand checks the runner on second. Now the throw, it'll be low and away. Ball 3. 3-0 the count for Abe Flater. Get rolling before each game with the Magulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember, Magulac Tire Service for all of your tire needs on the road and on the farm. They have mobile service available. If you get a farm implement down in the field, Magalac Tire Service can come help you out. Last 2 pitches have been called strikes to make it a full count for Abe Flater. Now the payoff. It'll be low and away for ball 4. Flater gets his second walk of the game. And the Wildcats now with runners on first and second. Timeout called by the Greyhounds. The infield will come to the mound to have a conversation with Traven Hildebrand. Trey Mead will also come out as well. I do not expect to see a pitching change yet, as hopefully this will be a quick conversation. Stay with us after the final out as we'll wrap things up with Behind the Mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. We'll talk to one of the athletes from the winning team. Thanks to the Driving Authority for sponsoring Behind the Mic. The Driving Authority, your Southern Ohio driver's education school. James Flowers, the head coach for Lynchburg, the owner of the Driving Authority. Hildebrand is going to stay on the mound, and Lucas Pollard will come to bat for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Pollard walked his first time at bat in the first inning. Flew out to short his second time at bat for the first out in the third. First pitch, a foul over the backstop for strike 1. Landon Doyle catching for the Greyhounds. Carson Inman on first. And that one finds the strike zone for strike 2. Parker Hayslip playing second. Kenton Butt third. Luke Applegate at shortstop. And this will be a pass ball as it'll go all the way to the backstop. That allows Height to move over to third, Flater to move over to second. So 2 runners now in scoring position as the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes for Lucas Pollard. Pollard had 58 at-bats coming into this game. 13 hits. That's a .224 batting average. He has a .403 on-base percentage. And that pitch will even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pollard's hit 2 triples this season. That pitch will run the count full, 3-2. So with 2 on, the Cats could load the bases here with this pitch. Here's the payoff. It's going to be a grounder to short, and they'll tag the runner going to third for the first out of the inning. So Pollard will reach on a fielder's choice. Luke Applegate making the decision to tag the runner in front of him. So Pollard reaches on a fielder's choice. And Christian Height, no, I'm sorry, that was Flater, as Height came home. Oh, that's the second out. Yeah, that's right. I missed that first out down there at the bottom. So Height comes home, and Flater ends up as the second out of the inning. So the Cats, now trailing by 2, will send Jonah Michael to bat. First pitch outside, ball 1. So the Cats now with Pollard as a runner on first. Again, Height came home and Flater was tagged out for the second out of the inning. Greyhounds lead it 4-2 in the top of the 5th. Outside, ball 2, and they try to get the runner going to second. They do. So Pollard, trying to steal second, is thrown out for the third out of the inning as he is caught stealing. So 1 run will score for the Wildcats in the top of the 5th to make the score 4-2. Manchester leading as they come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. We're back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Magulac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
We'll lead off for the Greyhounds here in the bottom of the 5th. Jumps on the first pitch. It'll end up in foul territory for strike 1. Hildebrand's 1 for 2. Struck out his first time at bat for the first out in the first inning. Reached off of a bunt his second time at bat. Fouls that one into the backstop to make the count no balls, 2 strikes. Before or after the game, or even during the game, anytime's a good time for Snappy Tomato Pizza. Order online at snappytomatopizza.com or download the free Snappy app. Outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count now for Hildebrand. This one will be in the dirt for ball 2. Evens the count. Join Good Guys Radio TV tomorrow night as we'll be back at Manchester High School with the Fairfield Lions facing off against Manchester. Also, we'll be back on Tuesday at Manchester for the Shack Track Meet. That's Tuesday, May 12th. That's next Tuesday. All 10 Shack schools will come together to compete. And the Shack Track Meet will have all the action for you live on goodguysradiotv.com, as well as on YouTube and our social media, Facebook pages for Good Guys Radio TV. And Hildebrand gets the walk. First walk given up in this game by Isaiah Clift. Up to bat now is going to be Luke Applegate. Applegate's 2 for 2 in this one. Both of them singles. Last time he got an RBI as well. Applegate has a .405 batting average coming into this game. He's actually improved that tonight. He has a .569 on base percentage. First pitch outside, ball 1. Clift will attempt the pickoff. No problem there for Hildebrand. Isaiah Clift still on the mound for the Cats. Christian Height catching. Jude Michael playing first. Curveball, a little bit outside. Ends up ball 2. Abe Flater's playing second base. Jonah Michael third, and Lucas Pollard at shortstop to round out your infield. High and away Ball 3. Gabe Michael in left field, Carson Airy right field, Cade Butler straight away in center. 4-2 the score. In the bottom of the 5th, Greyhounds leading the Wildcats. Hildebrand goes for the steal and gets it. Slides into second head first. By the way, that last pitch was called strike 1, so 3-1 the count now for Applegate. And he'll get a hold of this one. It's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Can he reel it in? He does. Carson Airy reels it in for out 1 as Applegate will fly out the right. That brings up Clayton Colvin. Colvin's 1 for 2. Got a hit his first time at bat. That was a double with an RBI. Struck out his last time at bat. Got caught looking for the first out in the 3rd inning, but we're going to have a timeout as the infield will come together for the Cats to have a conversation on the mound with Clift. And Chris Veit will come out of the dugout as well.
That was a sac fly by Applegate, by the way, as Hildebrand moves to 3rd.
Thank you, Matt. I did miss that. So Applegate with a sacrifice.
I just know his batting average will appreciate you for that.
Right. Clayton Colvin will be at bat after this conversation on the mound. I do not expect to see a pitching change. I think this is strictly a conversation about strategy as Traven Hildebrand now threatening on 3rd. Manchester Greyhounds lead it by 2, 4-2 the score. Scored 1 run in the 1st. And the other 3 runs scored in the 3rd. All right, Colvin now at bat. Outside. Ball 1. Colvin came into this game with a .370 batting average, .492 on base percentage. Low, ball 2. Colvin has scored 19 runs this season. He's hit 2 doubles and 3 triples. I think I mentioned this earlier. 24 RBIs this season for Colvin. He's ahead in the count, 3-0. Let's see if he takes a swing at this one. He could pick up another RBI here. That one will be called strike 1. Actually, he came into this game with 24 RBIs. He now has 25 because he got an RBI his first time at bat in the 1st. And this one is a line drive out into left field as it makes it past the 3rd baseman who tried to snag it. So that'll be good for a single and an RBI. So the Greyhounds now with a 3-run lead, 5-2 the score. Will send Inman to bat. First pitch for Inman, low, ball 1. Inman got a hit his first time at bat. That pitch will be called strike 1. Inman's 1 for 2. Grounded out to second his first time at bat for the second out in the 1st inning. Got a single his last time at bat with 2 RBIs. They try the pick off, no good. Cliff settles back in. Now the pitch inside, and on the pitch, the steal. As moving over is going to be Colvin. Two on the count for Carson Inman as he steps back in. And now moving over to third. Do they get him? Nope, he'll be safe. Another steal for Colvin. And Colvin gets a piece of this one, or I'm sorry, Inman, as he grounds it, and he's going to reach on a fielder's choice because Flater, who charged in to get that ground ball, made the throw at home, and Colvin is able to slide into home safe. So Inman will reach on a fielder's choice, but he will bat in Colvin to make the score 6-2. Manchester leading Whiteoak. And Hayslip will come to bat. Hayslip jumps on the first pitch, but it's a line drive to short. And are they able to make the throw at first? They are. So they also get Inman at first, and that will do it as Hayslip will line out to short for the second out of the inning. And again, they are able to get Inman off of first for the third out. So the Cats work their way out of that one, but not before giving up 2 runs to make the score 6-2. Manchester leading Whiteoak. The Cats will come to bat in the top of the 6th when we come back after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people. But Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Leadoff batter, Jacob Kiley on deck for the Wildcats. They trail it by 4, and this one will be a fly ball in foul territory, out of play. Runs the count 2-2 for Jonah Michael. Michael's 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out his first time at bat for the second out in the first inning. Grounded out the second, his last time at bat for the second out in the third inning. Michael came into this game with a .250 batting average and a .372 on base percentage. He'll pop this one out toward left field, ends up dropping between left and center as Clayton Colvin ran over, and Bentley Colvin, I think, held back thinking that Clayton was going to get there, and he did not. And we'll go ahead and count that as a hit. Fly ball into left field, good for a single. That'll bring up Jacob Kiley. Kiley DHing today for Jude Michael. First pitch called strike one. Kiley's 1 for 2. Got a hit his last time at bat. That was a single with an RBI. Second pitch called ball one. 1-1 the count. No outs and a runner on first for the Wildcats. They trail it by 4. In the top of the 6th, that'll be strike 2 as Kiley watches it go by. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as Kiley will go down swinging for the first out of the inning. That brings up Caden Butler. Butler, the center fielder today for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Butler walked his first time at bat. First pitch outside, ball one. Grounded out to second, his last at bat for the first out in the 4th inning. We want to thank Magulac Tire Service for sponsoring our field set and lineups, as well as our batting order. That's Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro. One the count. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes, as that's a foul down the third base line for strike 2. Wildcats have a runner on first. Again, they are trailing by 4 runs. These two teams tied for first place. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Hildebrand. That'll bring up Carson Airy. Carson Airy was a strikeout victim his first time at bat for the first out in the 2nd inning. First pitch called ball one for Airy. High and away, ball 2. Airy flew out to short his last time at bat for the second out in the 4th inning, so he's 0 for 2. Low and inside, ball 3. Airy ahead in the count, 3-0. Let's see if he swings away at this one. Nope, it'll be in the dirt for ball 4. So now with runners on first and second, Gabe Michael comes to bat for the Wildcats. Michael struck out his first time at bat as he went down swinging for the second out in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to the pitcher his last time at bat for the 3rd out in the 4th inning. Inside, ball 1. First pitch for Michael. And that one will find the strike zone to make the count 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, that last walk given up by Hildebrand was his 4th walk of the game, and now a pass ball will allow the runners to move over. So Jonah Michael, now the runner on 3rd base in scoring position, and Airy in 2nd base in scoring position. Gabe Michael at bat with a 2-1 count. High and inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count for Gabe Michael. Opportunity here for the Wildcats to load the bases. And that one will be high, ball 4. That will load the bases for the Cats. 2 walks in a row for Hildebrand, following 2 strikeouts in a row. And Isaiah Clift will come to bat. But first, we're going to have a conversation on the mound, and Coach Trey Mead will come out. That means we will see a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break and be back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Snappy Tomato Pizza. The only thing better than pepperoni is more pepperoni, and Snappy's pepping up their game. Your favorite round pepperoni pizza just got an upgrade with even more of the bold, zesty flavor you crave on every single slice. For a limited time, grab a large, pepped-up pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. Hurry in or order online today and have a pep rally with pepped-up pepperoni. Snappy Delivery.
Gentlemen, I was incorrect. We did not see a pitching change. Draven Hildebrand still on the mound. First pitch for Clift will be inside, ball 1. Tight spot for the Greyhounds. Bases are loaded, but there are 2 outs. Wildcats with the tying run at bat. Ball 2 for Clift. Top of the 6th. 2 outs, bases loaded. Greyhounds lead it by 4. Clift with a fly ball out to left field, and there to make the catch is Bentley Colvin. As the Greyhounds work their way out of a tight spot, Clift flies out to left field for the 3rd out of the inning. And that means the Wildcats will strand 3 and remain on the trailing side, 6-2 to the Manchester Greyhounds, as the Greyhounds come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and have since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in you hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxler Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack Basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack Baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown Football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack Volleyball,
Hatton for the kill. It's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Fire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Braylon Rickett will lead off for the Greyhounds here in the bottom of the 6th, with the Greyhounds leading it. First pitch will be in the dirt for ball 1. Braylon is 1 for 2. Struck out his first time at bat for the first out in the 2nd inning. Got a single his last at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. They did catch Braylon stealing his last when he was on base last. He ended up as the 3rd out. No, I take that back. ended up as the first out in the fourth when they caught him stealing. Swing and a miss. Strike three, as Rickett will go down swinging for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Kenton Butt. First pitch foul and stays in foul territory for strike one. Kenton Butt's 1 for 2. Grounded out to second his first time at bat for the second out in the second inning. Got a single his last time at bat. A fly ball that was into right center field, found the gap. Currently with an 0-1 count, 1 out. That pitch will be low for ball 1. But we'll pop this one up in the infield. It's going to be right to the first baseman, Jude Michael, who makes the catch. So Kenton Butt will fly out to first for the second out of the inning, and that will bring up James Hackathorn. Hackathorn DHing for Colvin. Hackathorn's 0 for 2, struck out twice. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Landon Doyle on deck for the Greyhounds. And this one will be to the second baseman, a fly ball that is reeled in by Abe Flater. So Hackathorn will fly out to second for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down that time for the Greyhounds. As we move to the top of the 7th, the Whiteoak Wildcats will come to bat, trailing by 4. They've got some work to do if they want to stay alive in this game. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. You know, I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. We moved to Hillsboro in 1971, fell in love with rural living. I bought an 18-acre piece of property out in the country, started raising cattle, but there's nothing like walking out your back porch and seeing soybeans, corn's growing, cattle grazing into pastures and baling hay.
If pre-planning your funeral is the furthest thing from your mind, take a moment to reflect on some of the things closest to your heart, such as your family and friends. Pre-planning your funeral will spare them the burden of making difficult decisions at a difficult time. For information about pre-planning a funeral, visit WallaceThompsonFuneralHomes.com or contact the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes with locations in Peebles, Seaman, and Winchester. Trust in the family of Wallace Thompson Funeral Homes, providing the care and service that you and your family deserve.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
I'm proud to own and operate 3 locally rooted pharmacies: Bristow Pharmacy in Ripley, Donahue Pharmacy in Georgetown, and Sardinia Pharmacy in Sardinia. We offer everything a large pharmacy chain can, and quite a few things that they can't. In most cases, you're in and out within 5 minutes, receiving exactly what you need efficiently and compassionately. Our pricing is often equal to or better than competitors in our region, and our commitment to customer service is unmatched. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about our services, we'd love to hear from you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a pitching change for the Manchester Greyhounds, as on the mound now is going to be Clayton Colvin. Traven Hildebrand moving to second base, and Parker Hayslip now out in center field for the Greyhounds, as Colvin finishing up his warm-up Leadoff batter will be Christian Height for the Whiteoak Wildcats at the top of the lineup. Again, the Cats need to get 4 runs here to stay alive in this one. Otherwise, the Greyhounds will get the victory at home and will be alone in first place. Again, tomorrow night will be a big game for both of these teams, as well as one of the opponents, which would be Peebles. That's who Whiteoak will face tomorrow night. First pitch for Christian Height, called strike 1. Height struck out his first time at bat for the first out in the first inning. Got a single his second time at bat. Also a stolen base there. Reached on an error his last time at bat. That was in the 5th. Second pitch high for ball 1. 1-1 the count for Christian Height. Clayton Colvin on the mound now. And we're going to see a grounder into foul territory. That'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes for Christian Height. Height came into this game with a .233 batting average. He has 10 hits this season, making 11 after that hit in the 3rd. High, ball 2. Christian has a .528 on base percentage. He's hit 2 doubles and 11 RBIs this season. Curveball. Inside, makes the count full, 3-2. Colvin now with the pitch, and it's going to be a grounder that goes into foul territory again. So Height will come back, and the count remains 3-2. Stick with us after the game. We've got lots to do. We're going to talk about all your stats as well as have a conversation with a player from the winning team. That's Behind the Mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. We'll also have a conversation with the winning coach in the ACRMC Family Medicine Coaches Comment Show. And, of course, I'll name a Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game, all part of our postgame. So Height got the walk, and Abe Flater comes to bat. First pitch for Flater, high, ball 1. Flater got a single his first time at bat with a ground ball to short in the 1st. Walked his last 2 times at bat. This one finds the strike zone to make the count 1-1. Cats need to score 4 runs, and on a pass ball, that will allow Height to move over to second. So Height now in scoring position, and Flater with a 2-1 count. Flater loves to hit ground balls and outrun the throw to first. And he gets a little piece of that one. That'll end up foul to make the count 2-2. Six to 2 the score, with the Manchester Greyhounds leading the Whiteoak Wildcats in the top of the 7th. Inside, ball 3. Second batter in a row to go to a full count against Clayton Colvin, who's now on the mound for the Greyhounds. Colvin trying to close this one out. And a fly ball out toward left field. Underneath it to make the catch, Bentley Colvin. So Flater will fly out to left for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Lucas Pollard. Pollard, the shortstop for the Whiteoak Wildcats, walked his first time at bat. Flew out to short his second time at bat. First pitch high for ball 1. Pollard reached his last time at bat on a fielder's choice, but then they got him stealing. for the third out of the inning. Fastball, strike one. 1-1 the count for Pollard. He'll pop this one up, and it'll be in foul territory, but can it be played? Well, an attempt there by Doyle, but he was not able to get it. Makes the count 1-2 for Pollard. Colvin taking his time, and this is going to be a grounder back to Colvin. He makes the throw to first, and they get him. So Pollard will ground out for the second out of the inning. But Christian Height will move over to third. Now at bat is going to be Jonah Michael. Jonah Michael struck out his first time at bat for the second out in the first inning, grounded out his second time at bat for the second out in the third inning, got a single his last time at bat. First pitch was called ball one. And make it, the count 3-0 for Jonah Michael. Michael ahead in the count. Let's see what he does here. Watches it go by for strike one. Christian Height on third base in scoring position, but again, the Cats need to score 4 runs to stay alive in this one. High, ball 4. Second walk of the game given up by Clayton Colvin. So with 2 outs and 2 on, Jacob Kiley will come to bat for the Wildcats. Runners on the corners. First pitch called strike one. Kiley lined out for his first time at bat for the third out in the first inning. Got a single and an RBI his second time at bat. Swing and a miss, strike two. Kiley struck out his last time at bat for the first out in the sixth inning. Currently with an 0-2 count. And he'll ground this one into foul territory. Count will remain 0-2. Manchester Greyhounds are just 1 out away from being all by themselves in first place in Division II of the Shack. 0-2 the count, swing and a miss, strike three. And that'll do it as Kiley will go down swinging for the third out of the inning, and the Greyhounds will get the victory. The final score 6-2, Manchester winning it. Manchester now in first place by themselves in Division II of the Shack. 9-3 their record. Whiteoak moves to second place, but again, depending on what Peebles did, they could be sharing that place with Peebles. And, of course, the Cats will face Peebles tomorrow night, and Manchester will face Fairfield tomorrow night. And we'll have that game for you here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. Stick with us, though. We've got our post-game coming up from tonight's game right here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Summer's almost here and it's time to service your vehicle to prepare for those long road trips ahead. Bowling Automotive Service is here to help. Sardinia's local auto repair expert has built their reputation on hard work, integrity, and their auto repair expertise. Bowling Auto Service does batteries, brakes, inspections, oil changes, tires, diagnostics, and more. Call Bowling Auto Service at 937-213-2046. Stop by 12702 Whiteoak Road in Sardinia or visit them online at bowlingautomotiveservice.com.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
At Southern Hills Community Bank, we take great pride in building strong relationships with our customers. We're dedicated to providing the best products and services to fit your needs, like checking and savings, home and auto loans, plus ATM and debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking with mobile deposit. Visit SouthernHillsCommunityBank.com or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations. We want to be your bank. Southern Hills Community Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Customer service with a difference.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be talking to one of the Manchester Greyhounds behind the mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. That'll be coming up in just a little bit. We'll also talk to head coach Trey Mead in the ACRMC Family Medicine Coaches Comment Show. Right now, though, let's take a look at some batting stats for the Whiteoak Wildcats, who come out on the short side in this one by 4 runs, 6-2 your final score. Let's look at batting stats. Christian Height had a single and a walk. That single was in the 3rd with a line drive shallow into center field. Walked in the 7th. Abe Flater with a single in the 1st. That was a ground ball to short. Also getting a stolen base there. Christian Height also had a stolen base, by the way. Flater then had 2 walks, one in the 3rd and one in the 5th. Lucas Pollard with a walk in the 1st and then reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th. Jonah Michael had a single with a fly ball to left. That was in the 6th. He also had a walk in the 7th. Jacob Kiley with a single and an RBI in the 3rd with a fly ball in a shallow right field. And again, an RBI there. Butler, that's Caden Butler, had a walk in the 2nd. Carson Airy with a walk in the 6th. Gabe Michael had a walk also in the 6th. And that rounds out your batting stats for the Whiteoak Wildcats. Pitching for the Wildcats was Isaiah Clift. I have Clift with a total of 6 strikeouts in this game, walked only 1 batter. He did give up 9 hits and stranded 2 and gave up 6 runs. So that's a look at your batting stats and pitching stats for the Whiteoak Wildcats. We'll take another quick break and be back to talk about the Greyhounds right after this on your post-game show on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggalac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggalac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan, that's the Maggalac commitment every single day. Looking for the right path to your future?
Come back to our post-game show. Let's talk about the Manchester batting stats. Again, the Greyhounds getting a total, I think, of 9 hits in this one. Yeah, total of 9 hits. Let's start off with Traven Hildebrand, who got a bunt. That was in the 3rd. Luke Applegate had 2 singles and a sacrifice. The first single in the 1st and his second single in the 3rd with an RBI. Clayton Colvin had a double. He had a total of 2 hits. He was 2 for 3. He had a double with an RBI in the 1st, a single with an RBI in the 5th, and then Carson Inman getting a single and 2 RBIs. I'm sorry, 3 total, but a single with 2 RBIs in the 3rd. Reached on a fielder's choice and got an RBI his last time at bat. That was in the 5th. And then also getting a hit, Braylon Rickett. That was a single in the 4th. Kenton Butt also with a hit. That was a single also in the 4th. And rounding out the batting stats for Manchester, Landon Doyle with a single. That was in the 3rd. And now looking at the pitching stats for Traven Hildebrand, I had him with a total of 6 strikeouts, 6 walks, gave up 3 hits, stranded 6, and gave up just 2 runs in this game. And then Clayton Colvin took over to close it out with 1 strikeout and 2 walks. We're going to take another break. We'll be back with our Behind the Mic as Traven Hildebrand will join us for Behind the Mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority. We're back right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Looking for the right path to your future? Let Ohio Means Jobs Adams Brown be your compass. With the PATH program, we'll guide you every step of the way. Whether you're navigating career planning, academic rewards, or paid work experience, PATH is your route to success. For ages 14 to 24, it's time to forge your path one opportunity at a time. Ready to step forward? Visit omjadamsbrown.org/path today and start paving the way to your brighter tomorrow. A division of APCAP must meet eligibility requirements. Funding is provided by TANF and WIOA and administered by ODJFS.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us for Behind the Mic, brought to you by the Driving Authority, is Manchester senior Traven Hildebrand. Normally plays second base, but every once in a while they let him step on the mound like they did tonight. Traven?
Every once in a while, I guess.
Every once in a while. Nice pitched game.
Thank you.
Let's see. You had, a total of 6 strikeouts in this one.
Yeah, it felt pretty good to get out there and beat Whiteoak.
Yeah?
I played with a bunch of these players. We had a lot of good friendships on that team.
Yeah, in fact, your dad was telling me that you and Isaiah Clift, who was on the mound tonight for the Cats, have played a lot of baseball game normally together in the off season, right?
This is true, yeah. We play a bunch of travel ball together. Love Isaiah. He's a good pitcher. Played well tonight.
So it's got to be bittersweet, I guess, to beat someone that you're friends with.
Right, yeah. It is what it is, man. He played well. Everybody played well. It was a good game.
So you were able to beat the Cats both times that you faced off this season, correct?
No, we lost.
Oh, that's right. You lost. So you split with the Cats.
We did indeed. Yes, we did. We saw Isaiah both times.
Yeah. Now, this, of course, a big win tonight because you are now in first place.
Yes.
All by yourself. You were already in first.
Right.
Yeah, but now you're all by yourself.
Big win. We needed this. We got to win out at Fairfield tomorrow. It's ours.
Any idea what Peebles did tonight? Did they have a league game tonight?
I'm not sure.
Let's see. They are at the same number as you guys, so they should have, unless they've got a makeup yet to go.
Right. Well, I know they play Whiteoak tomorrow.
Right. That's where I was going next. They do play the Cats tomorrow night, so that will be a big, big game, just like your game will be big tomorrow night.
Right. That should be a good game too.
Yeah. Well, Traven, anything you want to mention about this game that we didn't talk about?
It was a good baseball game all around.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
It's been a lot of fun watching you play your senior year.
Thank you.
Especially during basketball. You had a great basketball season. Of course, you're having a good baseball season as well. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to my mom, dad, family. Shout out to my teammates. Shout out to Big Hurt. Does the scoreboard.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Trayvon
Thank you, guys.
Hildebrand, behind the mic here, brought to you by the Driving Authority. We'll take a quick break and be back with more of our post-game show. Head coach Trey Mead's going to join us for the ACRMC Family Medicine Coach's comments. And, of course, we've got to select a Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game as well. We're back after this with more of our post-game on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Insurance protection for you and your family. John Wood Insurance has helped thousands of families with their insurance needs since 1891. For service you can trust, contact John Wood Insurance in Georgetown at 937-378-4124, in Owensville at 513-732-2600, in West Union at 937-544-5505, or in Peebles at 937-587-2246. That's John Wood Insurance.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Maysville Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at maysville.kctcs.edu.
Place all alone.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Tomorrow is a big game for us, though. We got to go win that one and take care of our business, and nothing else matters.
Right. Of course, the Wildcats are going to have a big game tomorrow night as well, as they'll face off against Peebles, and I'm going to assume they're going to be battling for second place, although I don't know. Did Peebles have a conference game tonight? Do you know?
I think they played Fairfield tonight.
Okay, so we'll have to see what the outcome was there. So the Cats could have their hands full tomorrow night with Peebles, and could still shake things up. Things are still, I guess, mathematically, you could end up, you're guaranteed first place. I guess the question is whether you're going to have it alone or share it to end out the season. I know you hope to be alone in second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or in first. Yeah. What were your thoughts about this game tonight, the strategy you were facing the ace pitcher for the Wildcats?
I thought this was probably our best game we've played this year, from out 1 to out 21. That was definitely the cleanest game we've played defensively. Offensively, we had really, really good at-bats, and we were able to break through. This shout out to that Cliff kid, because he's thrown against us. That's his 6th time, I think, and we've hardly been able to crack his armor. And
yeah.
Really, really proud of our boys tonight with the way they held themselves offensively.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job putting the bat on the ball. I had you guys with a total of 9 hits. Is that what you had?
I haven't looked. That sounds about right.
Well, I never know. Sometimes, I might count something as a hit that somebody else counts as an error or whatever. It kind of depends on how forgiving you are, or lax, I guess is the way to put it. And I tend to be pretty lax, so I had you guys with 9 hits. So that's a good hitting game.
Yeah, I'm really, really proud with the way we approached our ABs today. We were aggressive on pitches early in the zone, and then if it wasn't there, we were going to work our counts. Our base running was really good today. We executed some bunts when we needed to. We had a couple big clutch hits when runners on second and third, 1 out, runners on second and third, 2 outs. Just very, very pleased with the way we played offensively today.
Yeah, some great small ball, I guess, is really the way to look at it, because you only had the 1 double. Everything else a single and a bunt. So, yeah, and working the bases hard.
Yeah, that's kind of the identity we've taken on here about this back half of the year, and we've seemed to really thrive with it, so we're going to continue at it.
All right. Well, you've got the one big game tomorrow night. We'll be back here tomorrow night to broadcast that game, and hopefully you'll end up all alone in that number 1 spot, clinch the conference tomorrow night in Division II.
That's the goal.
Tournament just around the corner.
Yep.
Who you worried about?
We got to go just play our game of baseball. Whoever we play is whoever we play. We just got to go play our brand and our style, go compete, and see whatever happens. All
right. Well, I hope you make a nice, long tournament run.
You and I both.
All right. Head Coach Trey Mead, thanks for joining us, Coach Mead.
Thanks for having me.
The ACRMC Family Medicine Coaches Comment Show. We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we will name a Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game right after this on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or ladder kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are down to that final thing we need to do, and that's to talk about the Snappy Tomato Pizza player of the game. A tough choice in this game. We had some great offense. We just talked about that with both Traven Hildebrand and Coach Meade, as the Greyhounds were able to put the bat on the ball quite a bit tonight. They, as a team, had 9 total hits, with 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk, scored 6 runs in this game to get the victory, 6-2, your final score. On the other side, there were only 3 hits given up in this game while Traven Hildebrand was on the mound. And Hildebrand reaching twice, once off of a bunt and once with a walk. So that's one of our candidates. The other candidate's going to be Carson Inman, who had a single. He also reached twice, once on a fielder's choice, once on a single, and he had 3 RBIs in this one. So a well-played game by both of those young men. I'm going to come down to the big decider. The big difference is the fact that Hildebrand was on the mound and had to throw all of those pitches. And again, like I said, he only gave up 3 hits in this game. So a well-pitched game by Traven Hildebrand. And again, reaching twice. Nothing against Carson Inman, because he also had a great game. And really, I should mention Luke Applegate. Luke reached twice with 2 singles and an RBI and had a sacrifice fly. So, you could really argue Luke Applegate as well, who was another senior. But again, I'm going to go with Traven Hildebrand. All that pitching on the mound tonight, that's a tough job to have, as well as playing second base to finish out that final 7th inning, as on the mound there was Clayton Colvin to finish it out. But Traven Hildebrand will end up as our Snappy Tomato Pizza C103 player of the game in this one. Congratulations to Traven Hildebrand, and congratulations to the Manchester Greyhounds, as again they get the victory here tonight, 6-2 over top of the Whiteoak Wildcats to put themselves all alone in first place. Now they can close it out tomorrow night. Either way, they're going to finish in first. The question mark is whether they finish in first alone as they face off against the Fairfield Lions tomorrow night. We will have that game for you here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV. I want to thank Matt Hildebrand for engineering our game tonight, or producing our game tonight on Good Guys Radio TV. Also, I want to thank Sarah Rigdon for producing our game on C103. I'm Ken Smith. Thanks for listening to Shack Baseball. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night as we close out regular season play here on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components. Have a good night.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.